Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. Gate Ruler video today. Thank you Sundar, my Simian level supporter. It has been a very long time since I have done one of these top review videos. It's been 2 months actually. Why has it been 2 months? Why has it been so long since you talked about the tops? I'll tell you why. It's because they were completely uninteresting. It was the same thing again and again and again. It was just Daroomageddon, Daroomageddon, Daroomageddon. No one cared. It would not have been interesting content. It would have just been the same again and again. Yeah, okay, maybe it would have. It was a little different with the new promos, but really, not a significant difference. So, why have I started doing them now, even though it is still set to format in Japan? I'll tell you why. Because we've got a brand new ruler in Overlord, and Overlord has certainly shifted the meta at least a little bit. Actually, more than a little bit, quite a lot. And I will also say our meta will be different to the Japanese version, especially here in Europe. We're going to have a whole month without Flying Spaghetti Monster, and none of us are going to have access to Space Cave or Jack or Golden Sword for months until Set 3's release at the bare minimum, it seems. On most of those, and Flying Spaghetti Monster, obviously in Europe, just until September. Unfortunately, Americans, you guys are going to have to deal with... sorry, Scoob, not FSM, it's Scoob. You guys are going to have to deal with Scoob immediately, basically, but, you know, you guys can have fun with your worse format. We'll enjoy our better one. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about these tops because they are actually cool and interesting for the first time in months. Let's get started. Here we go, our first list, and it is Overlord Beasts. Yeah, you heard me right, Beasts. Won a mini GP, and it's also using Masurao as well. Why on earth is it doing that? Well, if we have a look at the list, why is it playing Masurao? Well, Masurao can recycle itself, and it's also just a big double attacker. Overlord, for those of you who don't know, please do check out my video explaining the new ruler Overlord. But essentially, all your stuff costs 1. So you can only play 3 cards per turn. They all cost 1. And no matter what their normal cost is, they all cost 1. There's a level limit in the deck. And you cannot use events during your opponent's turn. So Masurao is suddenly a 1-cost 5/4/1 double attacker. That's pretty good. You know, we're looking through here. We're seeing some big bits of interruption here. Kinomiya Koga is so essential, I feel, in Overlord because it's going to let you guarantee some form of interaction on your opponent's turn. Magvarius, of course, big explosion. You've got the Fell Wolverine here, which is going to be a really nice defensive tool. You know, you don't really care which one it is as long as it's summoning itself. There's a few options at level 0, but I think this is probably best because more than likely, like, the difference between, you know, 1 and 3 HP isn't really going to matter. And this, at least, if you drive it, it's or if you draw it, it's an option for 1 strike. We've got some healing there, which feels really bad to play for 2, but for 1 it feels totally fine, and it's going to be a very important counter for you to be seeing because it's obviously going to be healing you. It's like it's a heal 2 when you see this counter, essentially. And even when you draw it, it's still not bad. Also, incidentally, Fell Wolverine Beast, synergy with Stridem. Then we've got the event that's just going to wipe sets, which is really nice, and obviously as a counter, just a board rest is pretty good. We've got the dragon in the mid-left there, which is really good. Magatsu, I think it's his name. Amazing in Genesis Summoning, but obviously very good here. And then we've got Stridem. Super playable here. Being able to slam it down for 1. You don't really mind negging yourself to get access to that anti-counter ability, which is really big, by the way. Being able to stop a zap or a space cave or any such important counters is going to be really nice. We've got our draw cards, we've got our set removal, we've got a constantly ability to recur level 1, which is really nice. You don't need more than 1, just a nice option. And then you see you've got a whole suite of big, nice level 0s there to round out, because the level limit will have been maxed out there. Personally, I think they probably could have justified 1 or 2 hauntings in here to give themselves a little bit more room to play some more powerful options. But I mean, when you consider the stat lines of all the 0s that are being played here, most level 1s are going to be similar. So I think this is totally fine. I think this is a very solid list, and one I look forward to trying out myself. I'm hoping we get the same sort of deal here in the West, where Overlord is going to get an early tournament legality, maybe in September or something, and we'll get that leading up to set 3, so we get some nice diversity, and I hope they do that with every set, really. Getting these rulers in advance just to constantly shake up the meta will be awesome. Less excitingly, next we've got another Darumageddon deck. Yeah, no one cares. Here's the list. Moving on. Next, we have got another Overlord deck, and you can see this is Genesis summoning Overlord. Now, this was if you joined my Discord server, which is linked in the description, you saw there was a lot of discussion on the most viable ways to take Overlord, and Genesis summoning actually came up in a conversation between me and Cross, and absolutely, here it is, and we're seeing a whole host of amazing cards here. Double Haunting. I think that's really the most you would want to be playing in Overlord. You really don't need more than that. Giving you a level limit of 70 is plenty sufficient. You've got the Golden Swords here, the best removal in the game. We've got the full complement of sort of really good Genesis summoning cards here. You've got your Shioris, you've got your Alketas, you've got your amazing level 0s. You've got the level 0 cat, which is so good, the counter cat. Interesting choice here in Mr. Dead Language. A very annoying card that some people may just forget with. If we look at the big options we've got to play, there are some big ones there. You got your triple Aramisaki, which is going to be really nice if you draw any of those sets and you just absolutely don't want to use them. But I think Aramisaki is probably less good here. I don't know that I would necessarily want to play it, but in fairness, reducing all damage to 1 to you, incentivizing going for the Aramisaki is a form of defensive tool there. It's sucking away attacks, and it's also a bit of removal. It's pretty good, and you're playing it for 1, so a very respectable option. Not necessarily something I would play, but hardly something I would not like. I would go, that's bad. You can see triple AiboVolt there, big 7 attack, very nice into the Scoob. You've got your Narui Kazuchi, which is another very good one. Removal, just giving you access to, which is obviously really nice. And then you've got your 3 bigger boys. Personally, I would have played more Magatsu, but it is what it is. You got your Mag and you got your Jack. Really, the stereotypical standard Genesis Summoning Legends there. A very, very solid looking list. I also do like the combat technique Salvager, which is going to be really nice to help you. Either, I believe that one buffs your stats or it pops a set, but really the set popping is very, very, very nice. Next, we have got another Darumageddon list, so no one cares. Here's the list. Whatever. And then, so those were all mini GPs. So you can see the meta from this weekend anyway. Looks like it's pretty evenly split between Darumageddon and Overlord, which is obviously very, very nice. Because Overlord, I'm telling you, there's going to be so much diversity in what is viable. I'm expecting to see Atlas-based decks, Wild Force-based decks that are going to be really strong with Overlord. I am fully expecting to see some very, very cool Darkness builds that are going to be able to take advantage of, the Dark Mother variant, which is just going to let them go absolutely crazy and not care about the level limit at all. Really abusing the draw power there, I think could be very, very, very interesting. The final bits here I got are from Mogi so some these are absolutely lists that are worth giving out, and some very, very interesting ones here. So Darumageddon won it, but fine, there's the list for you. Whatever. Next, we've got 2 Overlord lists. So the first Overlord list here is another what kind of I immediately expected everyone to just try, and that is a Darumageddon-like list. It's actually not playing Darumageddon, it's just red-pink, but it's this Maserao deck. But as you can see, it did very, very well. And of course, Maserao being able to bring out things for free, really abused a lot of these amazing tools. Oiwa and the Capture Beam is a really, really powerful combo. Just lots of counter recycling here. This deck has longevity that is ridiculous. So I think it is unsurprising that this is so good. You've got so many ways to just keep healing, keep damaging yourself, and then you're recycling your counters. This deck seems very, very, very solid. But the more exciting one to me is this pure Meagle Face deck, which is just playing so much just removal and stats. 3 strike and 2 strike and 4 strike only, with some bonkers some removal tools just to make sure you're getting all the damage in that you possibly can. You know, zap 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 is so good, and you got your you got your horror fleeks there as well, just as a nice little you know, and one haunting just to up that level limit to really allow you to play everything you want to play. Yeah, another very, very solid list. So all these lists are posted in my Discord server as soon as they are posted on Twitter. Like, I see them, they go right there. So please do join that if you're interested in getting these updates immediately. But yeah, very exciting stuff. Overlord looks like such a sick ruler. I cannot wait to play it. Even though Set 2 at the time of this recording is out in a couple days. And obviously I am very excited for Set 2 format. Because in Europe anyway, I'm not going to have to deal with Scoob, so that's going to be really fun. No Scoob, no Space Cave. Darumagedon's not that good without those. It's still good, but it's nowhere near as like ridiculous. I am very, very excited to play Darkness finally, and yeah. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel for more Gate Ruler content. Hope you guys are excited for Set 2, as excited for Set 2 as I am. And I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.